Doodlebud here. We're going to do a review today, but it's going to be a special one because I'm also going to do a giveaway. Just reached 50,000 subscribers on the channel, so big thank you to everyone. And in return for the thanks, I ordered this pen a little while ago. I bought this from Goldspot Pens. This is a Visconti. This is their Mirage Mythos. And the color scheme you see here, it's a little tricky because it's dark and lighting and all that stuff, but this is called the Poseidon. Lovely looking pen. This is actually a pen I was really interested in for a while, and I thought, you know, I want to do something special as a big thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos, subscribing to the channel. I thought, let's give away a pen that I'm interested in, something that's been sparking my eye, because it's tough to know what people would want. So I went with this one. I also went with a broad nib, as you can see there. It writes super smooth and juicy. I'm going to show you the pen, do a little review on it so you can get some information on it. But I'm also going to grind the nib to a cursive italic, well, more of a smooth cursive italic. I call it my crowd pleaser. It's just a nice, lovely writer with a little line variation. And to go with it, we're also going to include a bottle of ink. That way, whoever gets this pen, whether you're brand new to fountain pens or you've been around a while, it's really nice to have a bottle of ink with the new pen, and especially if you don't have inks because you might be brand new. So we're going to include this one. This is a little bottle of Diamine Neptune Blue. This is a Pen Venture exclusive. This was sent to me a while ago in a large format. They also included this one, and so this is perfect for a giveaway size. I'll tell you in a moment how you can win the pen and ink. This is what it will come in, and for the unboxing people, let me show you real quick. Visconti, slide, open, pouch, pen, info, Italian, English, warranty, more info. Let's get back to it. So there you are, folks. It's a lovely little pen. Magnetic cap. I was a little bit worried about the cap seal. I've actually bought this pen several months ago, so I've had this a long time, kept it a bit of a secret, saving it for the special occasion. The cap seal is decent. It's not crazy good. I would say it's about 3 weeks or so, and then she starts to dry up, but not too shabby. You got the gorgeous Visconti style clip here. I'm really getting a lot of glare with my lighting tonight, and terrible focus as always. Wouldn't be a video without bad focus. Nice spring clip like it is in a lot of their other pens. So just nice motion. I love the look of their clip, the function of it as well. Nice plating here on the cap band with some graphics on there. You got the Mythos and the Visconti on the cap. So overall, quite a nice looking pen. On the back here, a little bit of a medallion. This is the one part I found a little bit weird. So there's this metal ring that goes around it, but you could see it's up a little bit there. So this is recessed and it's fairly thin. So you do have a little bit of an edge on it. So I don't get that. That should have been flush mount or something different. But yeah, that's a little bit weird that you have an edge right there on purpose. At the top of the section, you have these 3 little divots, and inside of the cap, we can't quite really show you. I'll overexpose for a second here so you can see those 3 tabs in the cap. Those are what line up and slip into those dimples in the section. Since I have the flash on, there is that cylinder. I believe that's the magnet that snaps the cap onto the end of the pen. The pen is a decent size. I'll do a size comparison here in just a moment, but for my hand and where I grip, I have a fairly large hand. You can see it's just resting right there. I wish the pen was a little bit longer, so you would go ahead and post it. It is a bit picky. You have to put it in the right spot. If you're off to the side, it doesn't post. You rotate it and it kind of, you know, goes shunk down, but it's not very secure. It's a fairly wiggly poster. I don't think it will come off, but it is sort of wiggly, and just the grip and the way I am with the pen as I go ahead and write with it, it just kind of wiggles in there. So it's not the best posting pen out there by any means. I hope whoever wins the pen doesn't have a giant hand where they really need to post the pen, because it's not the best for that. And then depending on how you grip it, you got that sharp edge that can, you know, poke into it. The pen is absolutely gorgeous. It writes wonderfully. I like the cap. Surprised by the seal, it being as good as it is, because typically magnetic caps aren't the best for sealing. So I really, really enjoy the pen construction, absolutely everything. It's just, I don't feel this is a good pen for a big hand. And it's a bit funny because this is a Lamy LX, this is a Lamy 2000, and those are good size pens. I don't need to post either. I typically post my 2000, but I can write with those unposted. So here it's pretty much the same size. Let's take the caps off. And now you can see with the cap off, it's the shortest of the bunch. And like I said, for my hand, just a touch too short. A bit more of a close-up on the pen. You can see the pen body just, that looks like gorgeous material, just like a dark, stormy ocean. style look to it. We have 3 little sort of scallops that run along the length of the body. For some style points, they do line up with those little notches there that go into the cap. So Visconti pens are always absolutely gorgeous. The nib looks nice. I like the treatment and the coloring on here as well. Visconti logo, broad. You can see here the plastic ABS feed. I believe this is Jowo. Really looks like a Jowo feed and nib. Section is decent. I hold it here, but if you held it right here, I could see that being a bit slippery for folks. You do have some work here that's done at the end of the section. So if you are a close gripper to the end, you get a little more grippiness there. But if you're right here, yeah, you might find that a little bit on the slippery side. I haven't had that problem because I'm just back a touch more. On the cap here, we have some more like whispers of white that are running through it. So I think it's really gorgeous. And there you have the Visconti logo and the cap band on here as well, made in Italy. So as always, Visconti making really nice looking pens. I figure I've told you enough so far for you to guess what I like and don't like about the pen. Styling, all that stuff, capping, sealing is pretty good for a magnetic cap. Oh yeah, cartridge converter. If I didn't mention that already, converter is included. You got the Visconti logo on the converter. There you go. So your standard deal, cartridge converter pen. But yeah, overall, again, beautiful pen, writes wonderfully. I'll show the broad nib in a second. Super smooth and juicy out of the box. All that stuff, like it. It's just, for me, I would say too small of a pen for my hand because the posting doesn't work. And that sharp little edge, that's still a weird one to me. I will now ink it with the Neptune Blue, do the writing sample, and then I'm going to go grind the nib, come back, show you the difference. Even though the neck on these 30 ml bottles is small, it does fit in there so you won't have problems inking it. If a first-time fountain pen user happens to win this pen, you've never filled up a pen before, I should have showed you, but you just turn this knob, it will move this piston up and down. As you can see, I already have ink in here, but you drive it down, put it in the bottle, turn it, it'll suck the ink up. I just pulled up a little bit of ink just for the writing sample. Not sure if you could see it during the close-ups of the writing sample, but this ink does have a nice little bit of sheen to it. So not only is it a cool pen, we got a pretty decent ink match. What I'm going to do now is give it a grind so we can show you the before and after. I was also torn about doing this grind or not, because honestly, this is a superb nib. The nib is absolutely fantastic. I'm still a little on the fence. Do I mess with it or give you a pen with a perfect nib? But I thought, you know what? You could always just get another stock Visconti nib for this if you wanted to, which is very tough to get because I don't grind for other people other than myself, really, is to have a cool little fun grind from yours truly. So I decided to go ahead with the grind. Let me do that now and we'll come back. So the grind is done, and so is my recording light. I got this little thing hanging here right now, but my light just went kaput just before I went to finish off this video. Off camera, I did a proper writing sample just to give you an idea because it's tough to write nicely and then, record it and get you the right angle. But this is what the grind looks like now. Let's go side by side. Here's the before and the after. So the biggest thing is the cross strokes are much thinner. Gives a little bit of a change. I played around. I managed to save some for the reverse. So there is some reverse writing you can do. It's reasonably smooth, but the flow isn't quite there. I'm not the best at grinding reverse. But anyways, I thought I would... Yeah, I could have gone more on the line variation and ground back the tipping a little bit more. Let me grab the pen just so I can show you. I could have gone further down on that tipping ball. You can't see it because my lighting's toast. And gotten a fatter downstroke line like you see here. So I could have got that even more if I went further down on the tipping. But I decided let's have it so it's not too wide, so it's great for a daily usage. This is like pretty much my favorite grind. Starting off with, say, like a medium, maybe a broad, something like that, and grinding it down so you can control the line width. And for me, where I have this now is my personal preference for like a daily usage pen. It has enough line variation that you can see it, but not too much, so it's taken up massive amounts of room for regular notes. Like stubs are great, but a 1.1, at least for me, is just too thick for daily usage. So this is why I call it the crowd pleaser. So anyways, this is one of my favorite grinds, the obliques, and also this one here. I'm gonna rip off this page, and the winner will get the pen, the ink, and the writing sample. Let me tell you what you gotta do to win this pen. The draw date will be July 18th, 2025, so it'll be a happy Friday to the winner. It will be selected as one. You have to be a subscriber, so if you haven't hit the button, go ahead and do it. If you've already done that, just leave a comment down below. A random comment picker will be used to select a comment. If yours is selected, I will tag you and make a post, so you should get an alert. You'll just have to reach out to me, reply to me. I'll leave instructions in my reply within 2 days, 48 hours. Otherwise, if you don't, I'll pick again, and we'll keep doing that until the winner reaches out. So that's the way it's going to be. I hope whoever gets the pen enjoys it. I hope folks who were thinking about this pen for themselves, I've answered your questions. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching me just play around with my pens, whether it's grinding nibs, talking about inks, making a mess everywhere. This is a fun hobby for me, and I'm very surprised that people continue to watch my videos and all this kind of stuff. So this makes it a lot of fun for me. Hope this pen is a lot of fun for you. And hopefully I'll catch you next time with a better light. Talk to you then.